Wow, hello. Episode 3, right? Episode 3.
That's correct.
We are back. Well, just had like a. Is everything set up? But
Wait, we already did the checks.
I know, but I was like, wait, did I do the check? And then here we are. Anyway, hello. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for remembering it's a third one. Hope everybody's doing well. It's getting chillier outside.
I'm so sad.
Wait, what?
I'm sad that it's getting chilly already.
Wait, okay, hold on. When this comes out, it's gonna be like Christmas.
Oh,
or,
shoot.
I don't know, New Year's, or I don't know when this.
Okay,
will
well,
Like winter.
Like we've gotten feedback before when people are like, "Oh, you guys are talking about the weather," but when I look outside, I'm like, "Oh, it's very different."
but
I'm
you
like,
know
"It's
what?
because we pre-record everything."
But you
We
know
should
what?
be cognizant of that.
Yeah, but it's like a theme, you know. It's like a trademark. It's like a very
Like
That
the
we're always
wrong weather.
off.
yeah.
Like, how are you guys enjoying the summer? It's so hot out right now.
And there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And then next episode, it's like, wow, the snow is crazy.
That's too.
Okay, we don't record that far apart. Anyway, you guys have heard my friends, Addie and Stanley. We're back. We're gonna talk about things that are fun today. I think maybe main topic today might be a little controversial. I don't think so. We try not to be, at least, and we don't talk about these things because we want to be controversial. But it's just something that we talk about. But before that, we have our beer of the day. I didn't even ask. How are you guys doing? Sorry.
Yo,
before
do we
I-
not get to say hi today?
Yeah,
you
wait,
did.
No, we
Oh.
didn't.
Oh, like
Unofficially.
officially. Okay.
We just started talking.
Yeah, you did. Why don't you say hi then, Stan?
Hi, Stan.
And then Addie comes after that.
Hello.
See? We're back. Our beer of the day. The name of this beer, firstly,
Can you get it right?
is like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay.
Whoa, copyright!
When I read it, I was like, wow, okay. This is like did you guys ever listen to emo music back in high school?
No, who didn't?
I was gonna
I
say
did it. I did it.
probably. Yeah.
I did it. You
Oh,
guys
I
remember
totally did.
Panic at the Disco?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember the titles of their songs?
No.
Really? Where it's like, I write sins, not tragedies.
That's what I
Oh,
mean.
yeah,
Like
Or-
the song names
or-
are really long, so I never
Yeah,
remember them.
or it's like, the best thing a good girl can do is something about a bad
It's
guy.
like poetic.
Some
Yeah,
shit like.
yeah.
Anyway, that's what it reminded me. The name of this beer.
Ah.
Stan, why don't you tell me about this beer before I keep talking smack about it?
Yeah, so today's beer comes from Blood Brothers Brewing. The name of the beer is called Everything Goes Wrong, Things Will Go... No, sorry. I need to redo that.
Yeah.
You're right, it is a really long name.
I told you.
The name of the beer is Everything Goes Away, Things Will Go Wrong.
Ah.
Yeah, when I posted the name of the beer in chat, John's like, "Are you casting a spell?"
Yeah, I was like, we have a beer called Everything Everywhere All at Once?
It's
Sorry.
great.
Things
No,
will go
it's-
wrong, everything goes away. is what
Yeah.
No.
It's everything goes away.
Goes away, things will go wrong.
Oh, it's the other way. Well, okay.
The
we'll
big
talk about
letters first, then small letters.
Okay.
Yeah.
You- The audience, you'll understand this when you see the video on Instagram. There's big letters and there's small letters.
Big and small letters.
It's really.
But yeah,
Sorry, I was just gonna say the can design is very like bold. You know, it's like.
it's kind of cool. Honestly,
think so
all of
too.
their can design is very cool. Like when I went to the brewery. Actually, so this comes from Blood Brothers Brewery, Brewing. This was founded in 2015 by Dustin and Braden Jones. So they're actually brothers. The
Blood Brothers at that.
That makes
Brewing. Yeah, they're a microbrewery, tap room, and a restaurant in Toronto. And I actually went to the restaurant and picked up this beer. And then while I was there, obviously, I checked out some of their other beers and things like that. All of their can design is very kind of like grungy cool.
Oh,
Grungy cool, huh?
Yeah, like their whole restaurant and like I guess the brewery and the tap room is like a kind of a converted garage type of vibe.
Not
I
sure.
really liked it. I actually really wanted to go back and like have a meal there, but I think I went after Korean barbecue, so I was like, I'm not eating another meal here today.
I'm reading the can,
hmm
and I'm already like, Addie's not gonna like this beer.
Oh no, why is it an IPA? Oh my god, it's a triple
It's
IPA.
triple
Jeez.
IPA.
First of all, it's a triple IPA,
I'm
and it
serious.
says on the can, it says extra strong beer.
Barely
It's
handle a
10%.
single IPA, and you're
I
giving me a
know.
triple. Oh god.
Anyway, this is part of the trail, Stan.
Okay.
Yes, this is part of the trail. You know what? Actually, so for people,
If you're following.
as if people actually will do this, but if anyone is looking for this beer, so for some reason this beer is no longer on their website.
Oh no.
So I don't know if it's like a seasonal thing or what, but yeah, I don't. When I first saw it, this was one of the beers that I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I wanted to try this. And then when I went back to do like additional research and like flavor notes, I was like, oh, this beer's not there anymore. So
Well,
Oh dang.
I don't know what's going on.
we have to trust in our handy dandy trusty.
Yeah,
Home-
Dustin and Brayden,
homegrown.
if you're listening, tell me why this beer's not on your website anymore.
Yeah, true. Maybe they're rebranding. It looks like
Maybe.
it's very cloudy. It looks like
Oh wow. It's like a smoothie.
Ooh.
yeah. But there's
Wow.
no particulates though.
Is it triple cloudy?
Honestly, like you can't see through it at all, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
actually.
actually like, and it's not a cloudy that like lifts and then all of a sudden in the middle you can see
Mhm.
through. So
All right. Well,
all right,
crack
well,
it open.
you-
Cheers,
all right,
everyone.
you guys can open yours. And
Yeah.
then it's pretty fragrant.
Smell test. Oh, it smells fruity actually.
Maybe it's the nectarine. Nectarine.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
this smells
Right?
great.
Yeah,
You think
it
so?
smells like juice.
Okay. Well,
I
smells
can
like-
already smell the bitters.
No, it smells so great. It smells so fruity and peachy.
okay.
God.
Hey, cheers.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Damn.
I love this.
Whoa, really?
Oh my god, this is so nice.
It's very strong actually.
Oh, there's that after thing that goes up your nose.
I don't hate it.
I think it's the alcohol.
Am I becoming a snob? Oh no.
It is
I'm
strong,
sorry.
guys. It is pretty strong.
Yeah, well, okay, so the can is 10%, I think?
10%. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so this is a lot of alcohol.
I mean, the fruit flavors are very strong too. So it's for a triple IPA. I was expecting it to be much more bitter.
It's not.
It's actually not as bitter
Mhm.
as I'm expecting from an IPA, which
Same.
is really nice.
Especially
You
a
know what's
triple
fun-
IPA.
You know what's funny? We say that, and then we would give this beer to somebody who'd never drank IPA, and they're like, "Holy
And then they're
shit!
like, oh.
Yeah,
this is as bitter as the bottom of my shoe. Like it is so bitter, you know."
Wait. I have
Wait, hold on. Time out.
I have so many
It's a
questions.
figure of speech. Relax. Don't read into it too much. Okay.
I'm reading.
Oh my god.
But yes, but I don't taste any sweetness.
No, not sweetness.
Why is the bottom of your shoe bitter?
Again, it's figure of speech. Let's move on. It's there's no like body wise. It's very like. I want to say, you know how Guinness is just like in your mouth heavy.
It's like thick.
It's very full
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
But this is thick. But the first like it's like thick in the middle. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
I think I understand. Like it
Like,
does.
let
It doesn't
me
punch
taste
you
this
right
again.
away and then coat your mouth. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
it kind of takes its time to coat your mouth. And I will say, I agree with you on the whole aftertaste thing, but it does fade pretty quickly.
Yes.
So
Right?
maybe this is considered like medium body, and I'm like pulling this out of my God knows where right now, because I feel like it's definitely not light like like a 3-speed,
No,
you know.
Of course
But
not.
it's
No.
but like you're right, John. It's not as full bodied as like say a Guinness,
Guinness.
and it is like it's the after that's like, oh, it's like it's resting on my tongue a little bit, and I don't know if you guys taste this. When it's resting on my tongue, I don't taste the bitters as much as I do taste like the tangerines or like the peach like
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
I do get the citrusy taste to it. It's fairly strong, like because it. I think we read it. It should be more like peachy, right? So I don't
Yeah.
really taste the peach as much. I think the citrus hits me first. The citrus flavor. I don't know about you guys.
Does this have
Maybe-
guava?
Not this one.
let me read the description,
Okay.
and maybe you guys can see if this like kind of matches
Mm.
what you're
Okay.
tasting.
Okay.
Right? So this everything goes away has so much peach you can almost taste the fuzz. The triple IPA has a ripe fruit flavor of a harvest season, a bit of citrus rind and apricot. Is it apricot or apricot?
I say apricot.
Lever. Go ahead. Continue.
All right, apricot, and a medium bitterness with low sweetness, which is surprising to me because maybe I'm tasting more fruit than sweet, and that's what I'm confusing it with, right? And then they said that I don't know what this word is. Are lauded IPA. I don't know what lauded means, but anyway, the IPA, the triple IPA, is always a damn fine time, and this one is no exception.
You know what? I think what I'm tasting is the citrus rind, because it's not so bitter or so citrusy, but it's kind of like the in between. So I guess that's where the citrus rind kind of flavor comes in.
Maybe rind is not equal to zest.
No,
No,
rind in my mind is always a little bit more bitter than zest. Zest is like, yeah.
Something super gross, and we can cut this out if we want to, but I just burped, and I'm like, after I burped, I'm like, ooh, that's the IPA.
Oh,
I smelled it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I smell it now.
that's hilarious.
You might be right. It might be the rind because I don't know what the rind
Right?
tastes like. But it's like it is fruity, but it's not fruit.
Like imagine like
it's like
zest
dirt.
is just the yellow part of the lemon,
yeah.
and rind is with the white part. You know how the white part adds that little bit of bitterness? That's what
Bitters.
I'm thinking.
The entire peel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
but yeah. So they the Blood Brothers have a lot of different types of selection. Like I think all of the selections that all of the breweries that will be hitting up this season. They have one that's a guava pineapple beer that sounds so delicious.
It does.
I don't know what that is, and maybe this one is just seasonal because they did say like a harvest situation, right? So maybe it's just like a seasonal beer. But the guava pineapple one, I really want to try. So
Yeah, you know what? In China, there is a pineapple beer that I absolutely love. Like I've brought it back on flights before. So like if it's anything like that plus guava, I think I'm gonna fall in love with it.
South America also has pineapple beers.
Oh, really?
I believe they're like Canadian level, like mostly Canadian version.
Like a super common.
Yeah. It's like it's pineapple-y citrusy. I remember when I went to the resort. Addy, wait, do you like this one?
You know what? I think because I was expecting it to be ultra bitter because it's a triple IPA, I am pleasantly surprised that it is not.
What about you, Stan?
I quite like it.
Oh my gosh.
I think even from the first sip, it was pleasantly surprised. I do taste a lot of the peach, and I don't know if it's like nectarine or whatever, but I quite like this one. For like, I think you're right, Addy. For like a triple IPA, I was expecting it to be very different.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I expected a IPA to be bitter, and then so triple IPA, I expected it to be like triple bitter, but this one is not, right? But this one is not like punch in your face bitter.
No.
And in fact, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
I don't like the aftertaste.
Oh, okay.
So if I was to I don't like when it aerates in my.
So you would just keep downing it.
Yeah. So I would just keep downing. I like that. I like.
Okay.
Also, it's weird. Like I said, like maybe it's the viscosity of but it's like the body of it is like it's thick in the middle, but it's like very smooth in the side. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting when I drink it.
Okay.
You know, but then it lingers. Then it just parks in your mouth, and then the alcohol comes out of your nose, and then I don't like that, and I don't.
So you don't like it when it sticks to your tongue, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't like how it's like the like parking in my mouth. You know.
But flavor-wise,
no parking zone.
Flavor-wise, yes,
Okay.
because. Also, I really think that this is actually really bitter, and it's just we've grown so far. I'm not even joking.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, like, I don't like it. Like, I don't like bitter, and I'm still like, okay, this is not that bad.
Trust. If I'm telling you, if we give this to one of our friends who do drink beers but don't drink IPAs, they're like, ew, what is this?
So you're saying we should give this to Ray?
Well, sure. He would hate this.
He probably would. You know?
Maybe, but also like in the next couple of episodes, like I very specifically made sure that we're not only drinking IPAs, right? So there are a couple of different types of beers coming up in the next couple of episodes, so stay tuned.
I got it. It's like when I make somek, which is soju with beer.
Oh, wait,
So
what?
So like
It's like peach soju with beer.
So like the lingering thing is exactly what you would get after you drink the beer. The soju just lingers. Yeah, it just evaporates in your mouth and just like clouds all that stuff. That's what. Oh, I mean, because it's strong beer, right? So.
Oh my god, it's 10%, isn't it? Yeah, it's 10%.
Yeah, I'm like feeling it a little.
I am too. We should we should move it along.
Okay, before we become completely inebriated.
Like when we start talking,
slurring our words.
Yeah, we start slurring our words, or start saying slurs. Anyway, we won't. I know. Today, speaking of slurs, Stan.
Wait, no.
You can't lean into
I don't want to be part of the sentence. What the?
It's just.
You restart this.
Cut it out.
No, I'm not gonna cut that. That one's good. Also, I don't mean like slur as in like like slurring our words slur.
What?
Okay, good. Clarify.
Yeah, speaking of slurring our words slur.
I see.
What is the topic of the day? Also, I realized, I don't know if you saw this, but on the title of this episode at the top left, the I is uppercase, and now I can't unsee it, and it's triggering me.
Wait, where?
On your screen.
Oh, I see. Just ice.
And then
no, it's just the font. I typed it correctly, I swear.
No, brother, it's uppercase.
No, it's not.
That's some.
No, all the eyes are like that for this. So I think
we are so derailed right now. Stanley, put us back.
This
on
is
track.
a 10% beer.
I know, bro. I can. Stan, put us back on track. What are we talking about today?
Okay, so we're talking. Actually, we are talking about a topic that I originally didn't plan for, but one of us had a lot to say about this.
True, Addy.
So I thought this is So I thought this is a good form for us to just like openly discuss and see kind of what everybody thinks. And again, this is our podcast, so we get to talk about whatever we want. But we're talking about like social activism today. I think in today's climate, there's a lot of things that as society that we should fight and advocate for, and then because of this, I think this is like historically the case, there are always people that kind of like maybe take it a little too far, like a step too far, or and then or just kind of like what is the word for it? It's like virtue signaling.
Yes,
where they just say it, but they truly don't actually believe in some of these things, right? So it's kind of like it's very polarizing, and then a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about social activism and fighting for what's right and representation and things like that. And so today I thought it was like a good form for us to kind of just discuss like, hey, what do you think about all of the because of the political climate that we live in today, what do you think about social activism and all of the things that we get to see, especially in Canada, because we are so culturally diverse, right? And then so like kind of like what you think about all of the things that you see on your day-to-day basis.
I also want to add in your word soup the another buzzword is like oppression Olympics, right?
Wait, what is that?
You don't know oppression Olympics?
Tell me.
Where it's like, oh, I'm more oppressed than you are, like so therefore
like the one up of
exactly.
Like I am
the race to the bottom.
I am more of a minority than you are.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a bigger minority than you. What are you minority about? Your minority problems are not as heavy as my minority problems. Therefore, I should be at lower than you, and therefore I should be at the higher priority and a bigger.
Of course.
Right. Which I'm like, wait, but like being hungry here, not having. Okay, I'm already getting it started, but like not being able to eat. Like like a not hunger strike, but like when people just don't have anything to eat in North America versus people who have nothing to eat in, developing countries.
Like relative like resourcing. Actually, you know what, before we kind of get too far down this line, maybe what I can ask is to kind of get us started and to give a little bit of structure, because I don't know, man, like drinking a 10% beer and then talking about this,
It's a good time.
maybe I didn't plan it out as well as I thought I did, but
You know what? As the beer is on theme, everything goes away. Things will go
yeah,
wrong, dude.
everything will go wrong. But like, okay, so obviously society as a whole, like we change all the time, right? Like our norms, our expectations, the way we are expected to treat each other, over time, through generations and things like that. Like, what do you think is like accepted when it comes to change? Because I think everybody can agree that like nothing will stay the same forever, and then everything, like the beer says, will go away. See what I did there?
Yeah.
I didn't even
That was
plan
clever.
that.
That was clever.
Yeah. So maybe what I can ask is like, what do you think is acceptable when it comes to change and accepting change? And maybe I can ask John this question first.
I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I do agree, but also I disagree, because the more things change, the more they stay the same kind of situation. And I feel
Don't you hesitate.
yeah. But that's true. Like that statement is true, and I think we just go into this cycle of like, just like in fashion, for example, like fashion trends, right?
Like the 90s are coming back.
High socks are back,
Yeah.
right?
Like loose jeans.
Like loose
shirts.
fitting jeans, like baggy.
Like season 3 of, actually I was literally just watching this, like season 3 of Friends, their fashion's back.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
And
Like I literally was watching season 3 and I'm like, oh, that shirt looks really good, and I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah.
And if we think about it, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have thought about this one. Probably not, because it's me. But when, like, what was it? Like 70s, when like the disco and like when the bikini came out, right? You remember, like, those era,
Yeah,
like those
yeah.
timeline.
Uh-huh.
It was so like, whoa.
Scandalous, right?
Yeah.
Yes, scandalo.
But the year prior to that was like everybody's just like upright, dressed to the, like
Mhm.
everybody's just like Sunday best, etc., etc. And
Yeah.
then that whole thing happened where it's just like hippies. And again, we didn't live in that timeline, so I don't know exactly how the timeline went. But it's just like drugs, rock and roll, sticking to the man, and it's just like, and then with all the like, the fashion trends, everything was just loud, polka dots, etc., right? And then to me it seemed like we were like, okay, we're over that. Not that it ever disappeared, but then it went back to like another like very conservative, like, everybody just needs to be proper. This is what you need to do. We were raised to go to school, finish school, get a job,
Yeah.
and then right, and do that. And then now it's coming back to our generation of like, when we're having kids, it's becoming like, oh yeah, our kids, they can do whatever they want. We'll support whatever they want. And you could be an artist, you could be creative, you could be a YouTuber, you could be an influencer.
Wait, do you think that's what our generation is raising our kids to be?
I think we're a lot more open. I think the point that I'm trying to make is like the wheel that's like we're on that cycle now of like, we're back to the whole bikini, polka dots, baggy pants situation. I think
I
obviously,
think I think you're right. I think in terms of like the cycle, it does always feel like, I mean, this is how change happens, right? There's usually something, it's like the Renaissance period, right? Like something really big change happens. So it's like a 5 steps forward, but 2 steps back. 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. So it's like some big change will happen. And then society would kind of be like, okay, that's a little bit extreme. Let's pull it back a teensy bit. And then another big change pushes forward and then pull it back a teensy bit. And then that's kind of how progression, because over time, you're still progressing forward, but it's just kind of like a big push, a tiny bit pulled back, a big push, tiny bit pulled back. I think that's sort of how the cycle runs. So then for like our parents, like you said, the hippies era, everyone's like, oh, weed everywhere. And then they pulled back a little bit. They're like, hey, maybe not drugs all the time. And then now it's like another big push with like technology. But then now, like, I'm sure we hear it all the time, there's a little bit of pullback. We're like, hey, maybe let's not leave technology unchecked. So then it's kind of always that sort of cycle.
Okay, so like what I'm hearing is like change is kind of like inevitable, right? Like it keeps happening, and then
Yes.
I think previously what we're used to, the norm that we have, is kind of like what we accept as normal, right? So then
Yeah.
when change happens, it obviously becomes uncomfortable for us, and then so we there's like it could be like between generations, it could be between like cultural groups, it could be between like whoever, right? Like just
Mm.
two parties of people starts disagreeing on like this is the way we should appropriately act. And
Mm.
so what do you think is acceptable when it comes to kind of mediating or like talking about this change? Because obviously like
Mm.
it's not like one parent talk to one child and that's the representation of like that entire generation, or like one person from this country and one person from that country talks to each other and it's like the representation of an entire country,
Yeah.
right? Like culture is kind of beyond an individual person. So what do you think is acceptable and what do you think should be done?
So, like I said, with the whole like a cycle thing, right? I think the really big difference now is that everybody can yell out, you
To the
know,
world.
to the world,
Yeah.
right? Back then, you would just yell it out to yourselves, and then your neighbor will hear it, and then your friends would hear it, right? But
Yeah.
now it's just like, no, this is what I believe in, right?
And
It's
the
so
thing
much
is,
louder.
someone will agree with you because the world is
Exactly.
so vast.
Yeah, and it's so much louder, and it just gets amplified, right? And I was getting to a direction, but now I completely lost my train of thought. But I think what I was trying to say is that, like, in terms of policing what is acceptable,
Mm.
how should we move about this change? I don't think that's possible in a world where someone will yell something, and then everybody's like, "Hey, that guy's saying this out loud. Can you believe it?" When I believe these things, you know what I mean? When back then, nothing really changed. It's just like people weren't as loud. People
Or
weren't
like people
as
would just ignore you if they disagree.
correct. People weren't as connected, about their opinions.
Yeah.
Do you think that sometimes radical opinions form because of like the attention that these radical opinions receive? Like, do you think that kind of also fuels maybe not like a more collaborative approach to maybe looking at change, or our political system, or our like just normal like I will say, like, I think being in the LGBTQ community, there's been a lot of voices, right? And then
Mm.
so there's a lot of people that have radical opinions,
Yes.
and I just don't. I personally don't understand kind of like why such extremism until you kind of like really take a step back and say like, hey, do you see how the media is covering this? Do you see the attention that they're
Mm.
getting? Do you see? And I feel like this is kind of like not a monetary reward per se, but it's kind of like a dopamine rush, like consciously or unconsciously, right?
Yeah.
And do you feel like the media portraying these things kind of contributes to radicalism,
Radicalization.
radicalization of some of these opinions? And do you feel like the people who do have these radical opinions really do believe in that, and like are like actual backers of like, this is how I ought to practice this and that?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? I think even in us three, I
Yeah.
think we all have our own radical opinions, right?
Yes, we all
Sure.
have our villain arcs.
Exact. Okay. I hate that term, by the way.
I love it.
What's
Villain
Villain
arc.
arc. Yeah.
Like that
Oh,
one
okay.
radical thought that it's like if you verbalize this, people are like, you're a villain.
But the thing is, right? Like to us, we're like, okay, so in
Wait, are we
late,
a Gen Z podcast? I'm learning so much today.
I don't think that's a Gen Z term. But anyway,
No?
I don't think so. But I think we all have our own radical. And again, to simplify it even more, in other words, I think we all have our own extreme opinions, right? And here's the deal, right? And again, it goes back to now that everybody's louder, everybody can just say their opinion, right? And for some reason, some people are, I mean, I hope so. Let's not even get into the whole dead internet theory situation. But for some reason, people are invested in other people's opinion, right? A lot more than their own. Okay, so also when it comes to radical opinions, the things that I might think is my radical opinion to somebody would be like, oh yeah, no, that's just my Sunday,
Right,
like
right.
you know what I mean? But then on the other hand, you could just be like, oh yeah, I love bacon, and then somebody was like, yo, that's crazy, how can you love bacon, so and so, so and so, and so and so, you know what I mean?
Kind of on that point, do you feel like the new generation are more comfortable sharing their thoughts? Because I feel like our generation, a lot of us, I don't know if it's because, like, okay, let's look even further back. Like, our parents, a lot of times they don't share personal opinions. Like, I actually see, like, some, like, my own parents, friends' parents, they have friends and they talk a lot of stuff. They talk shit. But when it comes to, like, actual opinions and stuff, a lot of times they don't really share
So I want to
thoughts
challenge.
and, like,
So I want
radical
to.
thoughts.
I want to challenge that because you're right that they don't share these thoughts, but they don't share these thoughts in person.
Yes, you're correct. They don't share it in person. They might tell their spouse, they might tell their, like, family, but they won't tell other people.
And even more on the nose, I think they tell it online, on Facebook.
Like our generation,
Our generation,
mean
our parents,
parents?
yeah, our parents are more open to talking about
I don't
that
even think
online.
so.
Like,
do
on
you think
Facebook.
that there's like because there's like very thin at this point, very thin veil of anonymity online, that they feel more comfortable doing this online?
There's no immediate conflict, right?
Right. So if you post something, it's not like someone will immediately see it and then disagree with you. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. The same way that a younger person would tweet something, or sorry, would X something. And
Let's not enable Mr. Ross.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Okay,
and the
okay.
reason for that is because, like, I see, for example, like, my mom and her friends, they don't use social media like Facebook or Instagram. They do use WeChat, and there's like what's called moments on WeChat, which is like it's like an Instagram feed. None of them share anything radical. None of them share anything about policies. None of them share anything about politics. They don't even gossip. It's literally just pictures of, like, their lunch and dinners and whatnot. Not that they don't have those opinions, because I know some of them do, but they don't share it, even online. So I feel like our parents are even more pulled back than our generation.
Honestly, that's what I thought too. And I'm like, knowing my parents, they're not really the type to just be like, hey, this is, and maybe it's different on WeChat. And you're right, maybe our samples are a little different. But what I'm seeing is, like, the people are, the things that they're liking, like the articles that they're liking on Facebook, feeds onto the algorithm that they see.
Okay, that I agree with. I think they like articles and they like the opinions, but they don't post it themselves. Does that make sense?
But someone's got to post them, like
Exactly.
these articles got to come from somewhere. And do you feel like our parents' generation, and like I say, our parents, right? So these are people maybe born in, I don't know, like between the 40s and the
60s.
I want to say
40s,
like the
60s,
70s, right? Do you think that's fair?
Makes sense.
Okay, 40s and 70s. Like, do you feel like they more come from, for whatever reason, a more conformist generation? So it's more like, hey, this is kind of like what is expected to be the norm. So everybody kind of like just start gravitating towards that. Obviously there's some resistance, right? And then there's like people that kind of like gets left out, right? And then so that becomes quote unquote the outcast. And I feel like that's, there's like less individualism within that generation of thinking and things like that, right?
I think it's twofold. I think one, like, in the way that they grew up, there was a bigger, especially us being in Asian cultures and Asian households, right? There's conformity is a big part of it. And I think the second fold is, I think their generation, there was more trust in journalism and media and government. Like, there's a lot more trust that they put in those things that I think our generation and the generations after us, we don't trust media anymore. We don't trust the government. We always fact check the politicians. We fact check journalists. And, like, I think that's something that they didn't have before. So I think that's why they're more comfortable trusting those sources.
And maybe jumping a generation to the ones after us. So these are the Gen Zs, and Gen whatever alphas, whatever the hell comes afterwards. Right? Like I think these are the people that like don't trust anyone's opinion but their own. And also they kind of like, you know, send this out to the Twitterverse or like the internet,
X-verse?
you know, the Xverse, right? And then kind of like get feedback from that to see like, hey, like do people, you know, agree with what I'm thinking or not? And then this is where I think a lot of people, you know, like are trying to be loud in terms of like, this is what's right and this is what I want to do and this is what everybody's ought to do, right? Like do you kind of feel like that's kind of maybe the direction that like social justice as a movement is moving?
I think there's a chicken and egg situation here where we're talking about credibility, right? And with how easy it is to just put something online and then exacerbated by, you know, oh, this is somebody's person's opinion and therefore it must be a fact, right? Like a lot of like even I'm guilty of this, of just like I would just see a headline and I'm like, oh shit, you know, and I wouldn't even read what's in the you know,
so
what's
many
the
people
whole
do that.
article.
Yeah, it's not just you.
Take let me take a half step back with you. When you say oh shit, is it like are you immediately angry or are you immediately like emotional about the headline? Or
No, I mean I would be like, oh shit, that happened.
oh,
Right?
okay.
Like like whether like it's a positive or negative reaction, it doesn't matter. It's just to me immediately it's like, oh shit, like I believed it. Like at that split second, I believe that this headline is true, right?
Do you still feel that like now with all the like misinformation out there?
Obviously not, right? That's the
Right.
whole what's the word? Responsibility. The responsibility that you have for yourself to find the credibility, right? And again, with the whole our parents' generation having credible news and like credible government and all those things, and then there was this whole chicken and egg situation. It would be like, oh, but wait a minute, like social media allowed me to just say something, and then people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I believe that. And then let's say the news outlet was like, wait, you could just do that? You could just say things? And then people would believe it?
That's true.
And I think that's the thing, right? Like, I think because of the way that the media is incentivized, right? Like, people have the most radical opinions, whether right or wrong, they get the most engagement, which means that the media outlet gets the most money or revenue from, like, become the most, like, I think, desirable, right? To everybody. And then so maybe this is like really getting to the crux of the thing, right? Like, do you feel like having these radical opinions or like being able to yell in whatever
medium
the loudest,
Yeah.
right? Is that the right thing to do? Or is it more like, I feel like maybe the new generation, like us, are forming these kind of critical thoughts where it's like, hey, I can't just simply trust, because I think this is like very, very interesting, right? Like maybe the generation before us, like they trust in the media so much, put a lot of trust in that. And for us it's skepticism, and then for the generation after us, it's kind of just like you can't really trust anything online. Like, do you think that is the movement that we're seeing because of these I don't know if it's individuals, or I don't know if it's because of like the radical minorities or whatever that, again, quote unquote, yell the loudest, right? Do you think that that's kind of like how it's moving? When I say it's like the social justice movement, or you know, as a general.
You can go, Eds. You look like I'm deep in thought. I'm deep in thought. So
like I think that is kind of how the movement, at least from what I see. Literally, I'm just even looking just at TikTok, for example. Like if I scroll to a video that makes a certain opinion, a radical opinion, and I'm just looking at the comments, and there are literally people in comments that are like fact checking the poster. And there's usually two reactions to it. One, either they double down and they're like, no, I'm right. Or they're like, there are some, doesn't happen a lot, but there are some creators that are like, you know what, thank you for educating me. I was wrong. I agree. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So I do think that the generation after us, they are like, you're right. Like our generation's more just like skeptical, and they're like, we're like, I don't know if I believe this. The generation after us is like, I'm not going to believe anything until I do my own research. And I do feel like that's kind of what's happening from what I'm seeing. I don't know. What do you see?
Bless your souls, both of you. because I am very much on the other end where I think you guys are really giving a lot of credit to people who are fact checking things. And I would beg to differ. And I think that, especially with the AI boom right now, I think there are so many people who are misinformed, whether they're
Yeah.
Oh,
old
for sure.
generation, our generation, or the generation after that.
Mhm.
And a lot of them, especially how the algorithms are formed,
Yeah.
are more likely to just fall into the feedback loop of confirming what they're already looking for.
Wait, is it so? Let me ask you: is it ill information or is it a wrong sense of entitlement?
It's both.
I
Right?
agree. Yeah, I do
It's
think it's
both.
both.
It's both because, like, and again, like again, in the ideal world, yes, everybody checks if the source is correct. Like,
Yeah.
and hyperlink into a website that's called news.com,
Oh God.
and you're like, oh, what? Wow,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
says from news.com that like rabbits are the source of COVID, and therefore you're like, must be true, right? Or like it's good enough for me,
Right. Right. Right.
like. And I think I want to say, and maybe this is me being so like what's the word, like a glass half empty guy, but I really don't think people are that responsible with that stuff. They're just like, they will click people are so lazy to click a link, let alone read, right?
Let alone read, let
Yeah.
alone kind of like form critical thoughts and do their own research, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of like the abundance of information, makes people kind of just say like, you know what, like I don't have time for like immediate, like I don't have time for research, right? I just gotta like believe what's in front of me. And I think that's kind of like a big thing too. And so maybe let me ask you guys this. We're talking about kind of like radical thought, we're talking about like social justice, we're talking about like, how change ought to be brought, right?
Yeah.
I honestly, I have a lot of like very specific and in-depth examples that I can bring up just from my perspective, but I don't want this to be like a very
A
specific
personal
type
thing.
of
Yeah.
I don't want that. So what I want to do, what I do want to ask is, when these kind of like radical thoughts do come up, when these kind of like when you see it on the news, right? Like, because I've certainly seen it, or like I formulated these opinions. I'm like, how can anybody think that?
Yeah.
And then I like kind of like check myself, right? I'm like, can people really think about this? And like, why do they? Right?
Right.
Like, what do you think about the people who have such radical thoughts, and what do you think is the right approach to kind of like not changing their minds? Because we're not here to change anybody's minds, truly.
Yeah.
But I think what we do is trying to kind of like be like, hey, like let's have a conversation, right? Like let us kind of like air out what is bothering us. What do you think is the right approach of doing that is? Because that I know that's a loaded
I think
question,
John has
but
an
just
idea.
No, the word came up to cynical. The word is cynical.
Oh my God. Okay, actually, this is creepy because that's literally what I was thinking too. I'm also super cynical.
And dude, what is that? There's this whole, what's the word? Not proverb, not parable, a saying, where it's like you can't reason somebody out of their opinion when they then reason themselves into it.
Yeah.
And nowadays, if before I even get to a conversation about differences in opinion, like I have to first make sure that I can have a conversation with this person.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
fair.
Okay,
Like,
that's what
very
I was
fair.
thinking too.
Like step one, are we able to talk?
Like, is this person open-minded enough to receive potentially conflicting values?
That's step two. Step two is then assessing if I challenge this person's opinion, are they able to then be like, hey, have a actual educated moment and time to be like, hey, you know what? I see where you're coming from, but I disagree. Or is this person gonna be immediately, nah, you're wrong, without even letting you finish your sentence? You know what I mean? Because I think, and again, this is from the cynical side, I think there are a lot more people on that spectrum of like, I've already formed my opinion, whatever you're gonna say doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah. Okay, maybe this is my echo chamber because like I was saying, like online, I am seeing there are people that would be healthily cynical and suspicious of posts and information online, and I do see people fact checking, right? Maybe that's my echo chamber. Like, the algorithm knows that I don't like radical opinions, so they're not showing me articles and videos of people that have such radical one-sided opinions. So maybe that's just on me. But I do agree with you. I think I even see this with our own friends. I love all my friends. If I've called you a friend, I probably love you. If I haven't called you a friend, I probably don't love you. I mean, it's like very standard, right? Even with our own friends, there are people that I love hanging out with, but I can never have a healthy debate or conversation with them about certain things. And that's part of the reason, right? Like, I love them as a person and they're very great to hang out with, but I know they're not the kind of people that will change their opinions, and they're not the kind of people that will be accepting of different opinions. It's okay if you disagree with me, but there are some people that don't even accept the fact that I have a different opinion. They're like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, no, I'm not okay with that. So there are some friends where I'm like, I will have a meal with you. I will play a soccer game with you, but do not talk to me about politics. You know what I mean? Like, even with
soccer game is a very specific example.
I mean,
I was trying to say something I never touched. So
I know. I was gonna
say, like, who do you play soccer with?
Because last time when I said karaoke, you're like, I know who you're talking about. So
I was like, damn, Addie really went. We'll play rugby.
Damn.
Like,
so you guys don't know who I'm talking about.
I like that, Addie. I like that.
Thank you.
We talked about that episode 1 being more
episode
conscious.
1, conscious.
Yeah. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I like
It was a lot of hard work. I'm like sweating now.
No, but you're right, and I think to echo what you're saying is that, like, I think the problem nowadays, and it's like the majority of the problem that you touched on, is that people aren't willing to listen. And I don't mean listen as in like hear what you're saying. I mean listen as in like take the moment to absorb what they said, actually process what they said. That, like, hey, John said he likes bacon. Why does he like bacon? Right? Like, and not be like, no, John said he likes bacon. Fuck you, I'm vegetarian, Jonathan. You like killing animals, you like animal abuse, you probably a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
right.
It's like, whoa, you know, like
you like chill.
Like, I just said one thing, right? And like, maybe, and who knows? Maybe I am a Trump supporter. Maybe I do like animal abuse. Maybe I am that guy.
You know what? Like, as much as politically I disagree with this, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, like, supporting somebody. Right? And I think like it just comes down to, like, this is very triggering, right? But like, it really comes down to like what you're supporting. Like, if you really feel like, it's hard for me to talk about this without sounding very one-sided, but it's like, if you truly believe that it is okay to blame an entire society's issue on one group of people and then trying to eliminate them, right? Like, maybe we don't send them to one, you know, very centralized place to do things. Anyways,
yes.
Can I tell you a story then to kind of a short story? I was in college, and then there was this lady, and I said Trump, and I know we weren't supposed to make it so political on the nose, but but it's a little, and the cat's out of the bag. But there was this lady, and this was at the beginning where Trump was, before he was even elected, right?
Like the first
the first term, the first time around. And there was a lady who was like, oh my God, like, she legit said it out loud in class. She goes, oh my God. And she's younger too. She's younger than us, definitely. She goes, oh my God, I saw somebody wearing a MAGA hat. And her first reaction was, I wanted to punch him in the face.
Oof.
To me, okay, can I say, like, to me, like, that's like, okay, that I understand that, because especially for, I think, all three of us who are minorities, right, like, of like non-white descent, like, I can understand how he as an ideology perpetuates just so much harm to the piece of society that we as a collective are, in my opinion at least, are trying to achieve, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. But the point is, to me, your immediate response, your immediate reaction to seeing somebody you don't agree with is violence.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
inside violence.
right?
It's like, why are you fighting fire with fire?
Right? And this
Yeah.
isn't even about being the better neighbor or like turn the other
Right,
cheek
right.
situation. I'm just like, bro, like really violence? That's the like, and you think that if let's say you do punch this person in the face, do you think that you've made your point then?
Right.
You know what
I
I
hate
mean?
that we got to this point at like so late in our recording, but I will say sometimes these radical I guess actions, not violence, not violence, never violence, especially today, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think we, as a society, we evolved to this point, but like I think historically, there are some movements that kind of involved violence that really kind of pushed the narrative for like
Yeah.
certain groups of people for equality and certain groups of people for like like standards of living. But John, I absolutely agree with you. Like today, like I think in today's society, like violence is not it.
No,
Yeah.
bro.
Like whatever it is, like I don't think violence
Mhm.
solves anything
That's
ever.
that's the
Yeah.
easy response. That's the
Yes.
easy reaction. That's the guttural, visceral thing. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Guttural
I'm
and visceral.
heated. I gotta express this heated emotion. And what does that express to? Something
Right.
physical, something violent, right?
Yeah.
And before I get you at me, which by the way, you won't because I'm not active on social media.
Yo,
But
maybe we
before-
release this at the end of the season. Eh? Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
but before, I don't think this is that controversial. But before you at me, do you think being violent proves the point that you're trying to make? It's okay to disagree, right? That's the point.
Yeah.
The point is that we all have differences in opinion, and when you surround yourself in an echo chamber of just like yes, yeah, and then I think she was expecting people to be like, yeah, you should have punched him in the face, I think that's what she
That's
was
not the
expecting.
response she got though, right?
That's not the whole
Yeah,
class
that's
was just quiet. The whole class
Oh,
was
of
just
course. Yeah.
quiet, right?
It's like how
I
do
was-
you respond to that?
My eyebrow was like up my hairline. I'm just like like it was cartoon for me. And
Yeah.
and again, like, and us three who are pretty good listeners, I imagine, because we're season 3 at this fucking thing. Like we could have the same, probably even we might even have the same opinion, though we disagree with that side of the fence, right? But our first instinct isn't gonna be like, I'm gonna stab that guy's face, because his opinion is different than mine.
I think a lot of it does have to come down with like, do you have the capacity to try to understand where the other person's coming from, and not just like a one person, like not the receiving person of that radical opinion, but if you have an opinion, are you able to receive kind of like understanding from the other person, right? Because I think there's a lot of like, hey man, it's not my job to educate you, but then also at the same time, like if it's not your job, how do you expect other people to understand?
It's true.
Right? Like if someone's never been educated on this topic, like
so
how do you expect
hypocritical.
someone to understand this topic?
Yeah.
Right? And then if you truly, and I'm not saying like you have to educate everybody, but I'm like, if you believe it's not your job to educate and someone doesn't agree with you, you have to be able to be like, all right man, like, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just move on with our lives. Yeah.
Right.
Because otherwise like nothing happens, right? Like there's a lot of, again, I hate drawing like personal like experience because I don't want this to be like a very personal thing, but it's like, the whole thing with like, if I don't tell people like, hey man, like as a person within the LGBTQ community, like there's like a huge facet of us that like just people don't see on the media, right? And people are like, oh, I never saw you guys like that, or like whatever. Then it's like, okay, well, like I have to educate you, or like, I've been in situations where people would be like, outside of the LGBTQ experience, maybe for you guys, I don't know if you guys ever experienced it. Someone literally says to me like, oh, your English is so good.
Oh yeah. Oh, all the time.
Right. And I'm like, thanks. Right. And then, but like, they don't realize that A is like a harmful stereotype. And then B is like, honestly, to me, a little bit offensive.
It is
right.
offensive.
And then like, there are times where I'm like, all right, I'm going to let this go. And there are other times where I'm like, hey man, like, so I've been here since I was like 9 years old, which is well more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe like you don't say something like that to me.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I live here, I pay taxes the same as you.
Yep.
Like, maybe chill.
Yeah. You know what? It's like the same when like, I think people, because nowadays there are so many like inclusivity, diversity issues and things that people are fighting for, right?
Yes.
The fact that I'm a woman, that battle's done and dealt with. Okay, I got rights to vote. I'm in the working force. I'm like a
Yes.
freaking lawyer. They're like, you already made it. It's fine. Like that's no longer an issue to people, right?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
like that's no longer occurs to them. But then sometimes when I tell them like, no, I still experience misogyny, literally in a courtroom. Like a white male lawyer would come and ask me like, "Are you lost? Like, are you the translator?"
Oh shit.
I'm like, bro, I'm your opposing counsel. Like,
Translator.
yeah, 100%. I've been asked that before.
Can you translate this?
Yeah,
Yo,
right?
stop.
And so like,
Dan is doing a heart with his hand.
Yes, a heart.
with just one finger.
yeah, exactly. The two
One
finger heart.
finger.
Korean.
Heart.
But like when I tell people that,
no.
oh god, no. Like when I tell people that, some people are shocked. They're like, wait, what? That still happens? And I'm like, yeah, actually, it's still an issue. And it's like the same thing. They don't realize that we still go through this. Yeah, and just because like we haven't evolved that much, guys. Like, not so much that we don't have these issues anymore.
I think we've devolved, actually.
It's the whole like 2 steps back situation, right?
I was gonna say, I feel like this is a 2 steps back, right? I feel like, you know, we've kind of like taken a lot of steps forward, and maybe it just got to a point where like if you aren't with the change, then you are against the change, right? But that's not necessarily the case, right?
Yeah.
And so I think what we're really trying to say today is like, you know, be understanding, right? And I think that's really the path to like harmonious society. And I don't know if that's like the goal that everybody wants to get to or whatever, but I think at least that's the goal for like not fighting, right? Like peace, just peace in general.
Seriously,
right? And that's what we're saying. Like, you know, if you have a really strong opinion on something, like that's totally okay. But you know, accept the fact that like if you don't educate others and others don't want to be educated or whatever the situation is, like I think that's just part of like societal change, right? And right now, at least to the evolution of human society in general, right? Like violence is not it. Violence is not the answer. Anger is not the answer. And I think like when violence and anger is incited, like I think that kind of just what is the saying? Add fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
It makes like everything worse, and everybody gets like more heated for no reason, and then war happens, and so we don't.
No, we don't want that.
I just wanted to add as a closing excerpt, and hopefully, there's nothing more that I want than me being proven wrong, and then and being like, hey, actually, John, I'm responsible, and I check articles, I check sources, and I check credibilities, and actually, John, I like to listen to people. Even though we have differences in opinion, you know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe ultimately it's always and always has been the super loud minority of people who are extremist, and they're like the 5 to 2% of the population. And that like 95 to like 98% of the world is still sane, you know. That's my what's the optimistic version. That would be the optimistic side with me. That's our hour.
So yeah, 10% beer really gets us going, right? Damn.
I had to stop drinking because if I kept drinking, I could not speak.
This is the most that I've had left since.
True. You usually down yours.
Yeah,
I'm usually done.
You do down yours.
Yeah. But
I'm almost done personally. This is, I think, not a beer for like quick consumption.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, remember that Scotch ale Addie picked?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
That was still okay. Ew. That was still worse. That was still
radical
worse
opinion.
Wow, rude.
Radical opinion.
Wow, rude. I'll fact check you.
That was so strong, but maybe because I don't like Scotch.
I think it's just the Scotch because I remember the percentage was not 10. It was surely under 10.
No, we've had strong beers before. We've had a 13 at some point.
I want to say 14. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I think the elephant was 12, if not like 13.
Oh yeah. Something.
No.
like that.
Delirium's only like 8 or 9, something like that. but it
That's
tasted
not-
stronger.
that's
We've
not-
definitely had like a more than 10 before for sure. Because
Mm.
I remember this feeling. I'm like, damn.
Everything goes away. Things will go wrong. How apt.
How apt.
How on the nose. How
Yo, I didn't
appropriate.
plan this at all. It just happened to be the beer of this week.
How appropriate that we have this. You guys have anything to say? Final notes about Blood Brothers, Blue Toronto,
Yo,
Triple
it's
IPA,
hot.
the Nectarine.
I would say pleasantly surprised. And I fact checked you. Scotch ale was only 9%. Huh.
Source me, bro.
LCBO, bro.
Oh, okay. LCBO.com.
Yes, lcbo.com.
Oh, well, therefore it's fake news because it's lcbo.ca.
I personally like this beer a lot. I think it, first of all, tastes great for a triple IPA. I think it has interesting notes that people can look for, and it opens up very interesting conversations. John, what about you?
Okay, bro, I was finishing my beer. Relax.
Exactly. We got to catch you on the, on the.
I could see it split like at the bottom. The,
Oh, really?
the alcohol and like the peaches. I could
Well,
see
you
it-
saw the peaches?
I could see it split. Maybe it's the 10%.
Like the pulp kind of situation?
Yeah. Maybe I'm delirious.
Ah.
Maybe
These
I'm
real peaches?
deluded.
Damn.
I was gonna say, like, I was expecting because of the description you read to us, Dan. I was like, oh, this should taste like fuzzy peaches, like the candy. It doesn't taste like the candy. But having said that, I still think for a triple IPA, you know what? Pretty good.
You know, the only time I've consumed peaches is when they're in yogurt.
Wait,
What?
like you've never had the fruit? Are you telling me you've never had the fruit?
Do I just have to cut some peaches up for you? What
Oh my
the?
God.
What is happening today?
Actually-
Who is he?
Also, peaches not equal to apricots. Yes.
No, they're
Are they
different.
No, they're
fruits.
different fruits.
Are they cousins? Are they like legumes? You know what I mean? Like, are they?
Wait,
in
this
the
is
family?
this is a real conversation,
I mean,
or
they're
have
both
you-
Yeah.
fruits.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. They're both fruits. Yeah, but are they like nightshade? Are they legume? You know, like they're in the same family.
This is not a real conversation. I
Okay,
can't.
Stan. You know, I don't eat fruits, bro.
I don't think they are, bro.
What?
Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. That is beer.
No. What?
We we still have Addie to do our CTAs. Addie, where can you find us?
CTAs.
Yeah, you guys don't know CTAs?
What are CTAs?
Call to actions? Come on, guys.
We're gonna do our recos first and then lead into CT as CTS.
Oh, true. CTA.
CTS?
CLS. Oh my God, I'm not drunk. I swear I'm not drunk.
CTAs is it's a marketing term. You could actually. Oh, so I was on a tiny small tangent. You could go chat GPT and be like, at the end of your email, it'd be like, I don't like this ending of the email. Can you give me a stronger CTA? And then they'll do like, instead of I look forward to hearing from you, it'd be like, it would be a pleasure to whatever.
All right. Anyway, so this week I recommend.
Oh, what do you recommend?
Okay, so I've been rewatching this TV show, and I'm like, I think this is a really good TV show, and I'm a big fan of Mike Shore's work. So Mike Shore is a television producer who's produced very many TV shows such as The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Parks and Rec. And the latest obsession that I have with him is I'm rewatching The Good Place on Netflix.
Oh.
And so I recommend everybody to watch all 4 seasons.
Dang!
Yes, it's an easy watch.
How many episodes
It's
per
an
season?
easy watch. Like, listen, one season's 13 episodes. They like very
An hour
deliberately
each, right?
made it 13. No, it's like 20 minutes
Yeah,
each.
it's
Oh,
not-
it's
not
30
even
minute
that long.
episode? Oh.
Yeah. It's not even that long. I think it's a very it's like a very light-hearted kind of comedy version of some of the philosophies that people don't like to get into. And I think it's like you like inherently learn a little bit about kind of like how you see the world. So I recommend that for my friends here
True.
on Beer Talks TO.
Okay.
I mean, to yourself too, but I guess you're already doing it. Do you
Yeah.
got one or?
Yeah, I do. My recommendation is, hey, if you are thinking about dyeing your hair, just do it.
Wow!
If you have the means,
Yo, I was thinking about this literally
Oh, really?
yesterday. Yeah.
if you have the means, like I know, like dyeing your hair, balayage, whatever you call it, like it's not cheap. I get it, and it's
Yeah, the
time
upkeep-
consuming.
The
Like the
upkeep is
upkeep and everything, like, especially if you're a girl with long hair or a dude with long hair. If you have long hair in general, if you have to bleach multiple times, it can
I
take
have
like
short hair.
6 hours because it's like
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like an hour per bleach, right? if you have always been thinking about it, if you have the money to do it, if you have the time to do it, I say just do it. Do it once, right?
Dang,
And
okay.
the reason I say that is just it is a little bit of YOLO, like you only live once, but it's also like I think it's really fun. I've done it before many times. I think it's really fun. It could be addictive, but it's really fun. It's nice to add character, like. And I say this also because I know, like, a friend of mine recently was talking about it, and actually a couple of friends of mine. One friend was like, "Oh, I don't know if I could sit there for 6 hours," and I'm like, "Just bring an iPad, take a nap, watch a TV show, read a book, it'll fly by." And then my other friend is like, "Oh, I don't know, like how my workplace would feel." And I'm like, if there's any generation that will get away with dyed hair, it is the current generation. Like, y'all will get away with this. You can go to the office with green hair. Like I've seen lawyers with blue green hair. Like
No shot.
Blue green?
yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm like, if there's any generation that will get away with it, y'all will get away with it right now. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm like, you know what? If you want to do it, do it. Be tasteful about it. And like, like I know like certain occupations, maybe not. Like I know flight attendants, I don't think they're allowed to dye like crazy colors.
I don't
But,
think
like,
police officers too.
I think so too.
Okay, so check with their workplace.
Yeah, so check with your workplace. So if your workplace is okay with it, if you have the time and means to do it, and you've been thinking about it already, like if it's occurred in your mind not as a fleeting thought, like you've actually thought about it, like, hey, I kind of want to do this, just do it. I say just do it. Do it once.
Damn.
You may love it, you may hate it, you might never do it again, but I say just do it.
All right. Well, my reco splits between two podcasts. I feel like one is it's not.
You're
us.
diverting our audience. We barely have any.
It's not us.
We have like the 3 people that listen to it.
Actually, you know what? Because it's like a flavor of the month situation. I was listening to. I guess it would be a podcast. Club Shay. It's on Club Shay Shay on YouTube. There's a whole video about
there's
it.
so many things I have to listen to because of you.
But this one's like 3 hours long, so don't.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours 49 minutes. I was listening to all day yesterday.
You know the freaking book that you recommended, like the first episode, The Mountain Is You. It's 5 hours long. I'm only two and a half hours in, and I'm like, you're adding another 3 hours to my listening list.
No. Okay, so this one isn't like a self-help book. This is just purely entertainment. But so I don't know if you guys know the comedian Cat Williams. Black guy, short guy.
Sorry, Cat. I don't know.
It's fine. He's very like controversial.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's very controversial. And why I recommended him. This was recorded January of this year, so 9 months ago, right?
Wow.
And he was quote unquote speaking truths about like Hollywood situation, right? And everybody
like the
labeled
situation.
Exactly. Oh no!
By the way, for people listening, this is like the hottest news ever when we're recording. So
everybody labeled him as a crazy drug addict, mental, somebody who has a mental issue and this and that, whatever. When he's like, "No, man, I'm just here. I smoke weed, yes, but this is the truth, and nobody ever wants to ever talk about the truth."
Oh my god!
Something P Diddy, and everybody labeled him, and then now it's blowing up again. Because everyone's like, yo, Cat Williams spoke about this 9 months ago, but everybody said he was crazy. Club Shay Shay, Cat Williams. It's also on Spotify. You can look it up. It is. I mean, he's a comedian, so it's funny too. But that's my reco. It was a good. It was a good watch. This is where
wait.
Wait.
Was your reco the podcast or the comedian?
Both Cat Williams. I like that guy. He's actually really funny.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Not Chappelle level, but I mean, he's pretty good. I like. He's funny.
Okay. Just before we move on to that, I did fact check again. You're correct, John.
Oh my God.
Peaches and apricots are related. They are in the same family. They are. I can't pronounce that word, but it's the rose family.
See.
But are they different fruits?
But they are different fruits.
Of course, they're different fruits, but they're the same
we gotta
family.
go to CLS.
But
this is gonna be a nightmare for John to edit. We're weird.
Okay, so CLS, comment, like, and subscribe on our social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok. It is at Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKSTO. Beer Talks TO.
Beer Talks TO, everybody. That's us. That's me. That's Stan. That's Addy.
Yeah.
We'll talk at you again next episode. This episode came pretty serious. I don't know, like a little heavier notes, but obviously, if you have opinions, and like I mentioned, we're pretty good listeners. So
You know what? I want to encourage our listener to finish a can of beer and then tell us opinion. Because I feel like this is where we are, and it's
That's
not
true.
fair that
That is true. We cannot be the only drunken, opinionated people.
like damn.
okay, they need to be on some kind of inebriated state. So
All right.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please don't do it while you're driving. I know some people listen while they're driving.
Oh no.
So
When you've parked, then have a beer and respond
when you
to
get
us.
home. Yeah, when you get home and
No, not park. Go home.
go home,
Okay.
go home.
Be in a
That's
safe
better.
place.
Be safe. Be a good listener. Check your sources and stay happy. Stay healthy. What was the thing that I stole last time? I don't remember.
I don't remember. We're not doing it again.
We're not. This episode has gone long enough. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you
Yeah.
again next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.